Well, hello, friends. Today is Sunday, June 11th. My name is Joe Greenmore, and this week we're exploring a theme on the importance of speaking and living wisely. We begin today with Proverbs chapter 21, verses 20 through 23. This is our sermon scripture for this week, and the message for now is entitled, Watch Your Words. We'll begin in verse 20 of chapter 21. Precious treasure remains in the house of the wise, but the fool devours it. Whoever pursues righteousness and kindness will find life and honor. One wise person went up against a city of warriors and brought down the stronghold in which they trusted. To watch over mouth and tongue is to keep out of trouble. Another way of saying that is, Eugene Peterson has put it in the Message, is watch your words and hold your tongue. You'll save yourself a lot of grief. Well, we've all heard the saying, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. The wisdom held in the book of Proverbs and the epistle of James as well would seem to support this adage. I wonder what a different place the world would be if this advice were heeded more frequently, in public, in private, at home, at work. Wouldn't it be great if part of the precious treasure in our house were our own words that we share? Think of the trip that the Queen of the South, Sheba, paid to Solomon in 1 Kings chapter 10. And I'll read for us verses 1 through 13. When the Queen of Sheba heard about the fame of Solomon and his relationship to the Lord, she came to test Solomon with hard questions. Arriving at Jerusalem with a very great caravan, with camels carrying spices, large quantities of gold, and precious stones, she came to Solomon and talked with him about all that she had on her mind. Solomon answered all her questions. Nothing was too hard for the king to explain to her. When the Queen of Sheba saw all the wisdom of Solomon and the palace that he had built, the food on his table, the seating of his officials, the attending servants in their robes, his cupbearers, and the burnt offerings he made at the temple of the Lord, she was overwhelmed. She said to the king, "The report I heard in my own country about your achievements and your wisdom is true. But I did not believe these things until I came and saw them with my own eyes. Indeed, not even half was told me. In your wisdom and wealth you have far exceeded the report I heard. How happy your people must be, how happy your officials, who continually stand before you and hear your wisdom. Praise be to the Lord your God, who has delighted in you and placed you on the throne of Israel. Because of the Lord's eternal love for Israel, he has made you king to maintain justice and righteousness." That's going to be an important theme this week. And she gave the king 120 talents of gold, large quantities of spices, and precious stones. Never again were so many spices brought in as those the Queen of Sheba gave to Solomon. Hiram's ships brought gold from Ophir, and from there they brought great cargoes of almug wood and precious stones. The king used the almug wood, and to make supports for the temple of the Lord, and for the royal palace, and to make harps and lyres for the musicians. So much almug wood has never been imported or since that day. It's pretty incredible. King Solomon gave the Queen of Sheba all she desired and asked for, besides what he had given her out of his royal bounty. Then she left and returned with her retinue to her own country. I think this is such an amazing exchange, and as you read through these verses 1 through 13 and allow your imagination to wander as to the conversations that they had and all that her eyes were open to, it's just amazing that Solomon always knew what to say, when to say it, and had been blessed by God with larger-than-life wisdom and resources which were only added to by his great wisdom. May we remember this example as we open our home with hospitality to others. Share the love God has placed in our hearts with the world, and speak and act this week and all our lives with wisdom.